401k, and they have them as is. Chicago has one of the largest 401ks in the country of a public sector workers. So I want to make sure workers have the choice, proper blend, that is reflective of where they are in kind of their life period.
Mayor, could you clarify what you mean by 5%? It's actually more than a 5% increase in the amount that an employee would contribute. It's a 5 percentage point increase, isn't it?
No, let me do it one more time, Charles. I hope you weren't tweeting while I was talking.
I was probably.
Yeah. That may be where the misunderstanding came from. It's, as you know, the governor has 1% each year for 3 years. I'm suggesting for the health of our individual systems, 1% each year for 5 years. So that's basically what it is.
Is there enough time in the legislative session to get done what you need? I mean, they want this done this spring, you want this done this spring. Is that reasonable?
I'm going to leave, look, as a former person who worked at the legislative body as well as the executive branch, the timing I leave to the leaders here, that's not for me. I wanted to lay down, I think, 2 or 3 things. 1, a framework. 2, the principle that public employees have done nothing wrong, taxpayers have done nothing wrong, people in positions of responsibility have kicked the can down the road long enough. We have to deal with this.
What do you say?
I'll be right there. It's okay. We have to deal with it. It is time that we deal with it. And by resolving the issues around this, we'll give the public employees the certainty on their retirement. We'll give taxpayers the certainty so they don't have to have a tax bill that totally will blow them out of the water in the sense of our property tax is 150% increase, which I will not do. And third, we'll give our businesses and families that want to relocate here, expand here, the certainty that there's nothing unhidden, which is if you don't deal with the retirement system, there's so much uncertainty. People are going to be paused on whether they're going to move to Chicago or state of Illinois. Businesses are going to be paused whether they're going to relocate here. And that's the problem with the uncertainty that comes around the retirement system, let alone the budgetary issues.
What do you say to union leaders like Mike Shields who say that they're upset that they weren't briefed about this before you told legislators?
Well, we've had a number of conversations. As they know, the governor laid out a plan and then started discussions. I'm doing the same thing. There's a framework, and this is the process for a discussion and to going forward. And each individual plan is different.
Can you elaborate on property tax freeze? Were you talking about property tax?
If these changes were enacted, would you freeze property taxes?
Well, what I'm saying, let me say, we're really clear about something. If you do nothing, if we do nothing related to police retirement, firemen's retirement, teachers, park district, municipal, labor, 6 funds altogether, property taxes automatically have to go up 150% to meet the obligation. What I'm trying to do is not do that. Now, last year we passed a budget that was balanced and held the line. We did not increase property taxes, did not increase sales tax, did not increase the gas tax. We did the tough things. And I'm not going to say that we shouldn't continue to do the tough things because I do not believe property taxes should go up 150%. No business will come to the city of Chicago or Chicagoland area, and no family will relocate.
But you're a pro at reading political tea leaves. Speaker Madigan says he's in favor of pension reform. Mm-hmm. Leader Cross says he's in favor of pension reform. How can it not sail through if both leaders of the House say they are in favor?
Well, first of all, sail through is you're dealing with a very difficult issue. You're making changes. People feel that there's been some obligation, is why I start, Jay, from my position. None of the public employees or none of the taxpayers have done anything wrong. They've done everything required of them. Everybody else, in my view, has either kicked the can down the road or not taken responsibility. So therefore we have to do it. And since you're going to make changes to expectations, that has real consideration and not just expectation economics. So I do believe we're going to get it done because it's all in our economic self-interest, both for the retirees, the present public employees, the taxpayers, the businesses, family budgets, to get it done. But I'd never underestimate, given that you're about to make change, the difficulties surrounding it.
But if both leaders are in favor, why should it be so difficult?
Because details matter.
The governor says he's
details.
going to look to you for support of his plan. Are you going to expend political capital not only in your plan? Does that dovetail with his plan? Do you have a dog in that fight?
Well, first of all, I said when the governor and I did a forum together with the Chicago Tribune that I was going to use all my political capital to help see through the necessary and fair reforms. and I was ready to work with him as a partner. I believe Chicago should be part of this so we can help the economy grow, because Chicago's health economically, the jobs it creates, is essential for the city's, for the state's own economic future. Now, that said, I think it takes the courage to do it. I think it takes political leadership to do it. I work together, and I did not, and let me conclude here, and then I got to go to my next meeting. I have a set of challenges like everybody else. They're big. I wasn't in search of a new challenge. But meeting this challenge is the responsibility that comes with my office. It wasn't here for about popularity. It wasn't here for because I thought this was the easy thing to do. I was here to do the hard things, to get things right, so the families could, in my view, raise their children in the city of Chicago, and the businesses can add jobs, grow, and expand. And without dealing with this issue front and center, forthrightly, we're only going to be working against ourselves rather than building a brighter and stronger future for all the people of the city of Chicago and for the state.
But the CEO would bring in
Gambling.